In this video, I'm going to tell you about Canvas Reflections. That is the box. I know it doesn't say anything on it. I saw some pictures online. It looked really cool, and I asked the publisher if they would send me a review copy. They kindly did, but little did I know, see what happens when you don't do your homework. I didn't realize that actually that's an expansion of the game Canvas, so then I bought Canvas, and in this review, I'm going to tell you real quick about Canvas. You probably know it, but it's such a simple game. I can give you a general overview and then more in detail about the Canvas Reflections. So the original Canvas comes with a mat such as the one that you see here. It's a roll-up fabric mat. You're gonna place objective cards on top, and you have a deck of cards that those can come from. And then the heart of the game revolves around this line of transparent cards that you place on those slots there. And they have different images, beautiful but purely cosmetic, different parts of the title of a painting, beautiful but again cosmetic. And what really is, this is all about these icons here at the bottom. Super simple. During your turn, you either collect a card or you place a set of 3 cards inside one of these leaves to form a painting. The game is over when everybody has created 3 paintings, and then you score them. You can take the leftmost card from the mat for free. If you want to take other cards, then you do like in the Game Center, you have to spend these tokens and you take it like that. And that's how it goes. You slide down and other cards will replenish that. And if you pick up a card with tokens on it, then you also take the tokens. When you have 3 cards, at least 3 cards, or 4 or 5, then you place them again to create a beautiful painting. And of course, the order in which you place them, which one goes at the bottom, which one goes at the top, will affect what is visible, and therefore what is there, and therefore what you score. And once you play one of your paintings, then you check those conditions there. For example, I don't think I met any of those, but I would collect a red ribbon. There is a token for that. If in this game, if I played, in my painting has 3 matching symbols in a row. Green ribbon if I have exactly 6 symbols, blue ribbon if I had 2 triangles, and so on and so forth. In the base game, you also have silver ribbons that you score for meeting conditions printed on the symbol itself. For example, if I play this painting here, I will collect 2 silver ribbons because I'm meeting the condition of that silver ribbon twice. At the end of the game, each silver ribbon is worth 2 points, and the ribbons, the other ribbons, are worth whatever it says on the card. And so, for example, having 3 red ribbons at the end of the game would be worth 12 victory points. Pretty simple, and this is pretty much the basic game of Canvas. Now, reflections. It adds quite a bit, that's for sure. And here I've set up the board ready to go, and chances are after I'm done filming this segment, I'm probably gonna play it solo. Because you can play the game multiplayer, you can play it solo against an AI or pure solo. And I played it both multiplayer, 2 players only, and solo, pure puzzle only. So what do we have in Reflections? First, we have a board. That's pretty neat. That's pretty epic, in my opinion. Look at it. Very nice to have a place, something that looks really nice to organize all of your ribbons. The 4 basic color ribbons and the silver ribbons were the same as in the basic game. Now we also have gold ribbons that are worth 3 points each, and will score you points for each symbol of a certain kind adjacent to the golden ribbon itself. And so, for example, here I would score 3 points for triangle that is showing up in my painting immediately adjacent to that ribbon. However, well, first you notice you notice there are now 2 lines, so more choice. You start with 6 of these tokens here, and if you're taking a card from the leftmost column, you just take it for free. So even the free choice now is like, well, 2 choices. In the other game, if you don't have any tokens, you are stuck with the first card. If you want to take a card which is not in the leftmost column, then you need to place a token on each card in the columns to the left of the one you're taking. So by placing those 4 tokens, I can take either of these cards. And suppose I decide to take this card, we shift that one there, and then we replenish the board like so. And the same idea, if you're taking cards that have tokens on them, you collect the tokens as well. Very nice to have these little slots cut into the board so that you can put your finger there and you can pick up that card easily. The other ones, you can slide them through or over the edge of the board. And this is pretty much the idea, the difference in collecting cards. As for the cards themselves, there is a new type, and you identify by, well, there's a little R printed somewhere. There it is. It's on the other side, though. And most importantly, that little symbol, which shows you that the cards are reversible. What? I know. Crazy, right? The symbols are the same, so you don't have to guess, but the position and therefore the color in the background, boom, changes. At any given time, you can always see what's on the other side, but after a while, you'll know. Also, you may remember that each card has at the bottom a reminder of the exact order in which the different colors go. And so I know that this is on yellow and this is on purple, but if I switch it, the very same symbols will be on blue and red. Boom, that turned out to be true. And so you have more flexibility, more options there. And it is so typical, of modern board games. If the idea is to give players interesting options, usually you will see that expansions will add extra layers of decision. And this is precisely what happens here with 2 rows of cards, so 8 cards to choose from potentially instead of 5, and cards that can be used in 1 or 2 ways. You're still shuffling these new cards together with the old ones, so you still have some cards that don't flip around. And this is Canvas Reflections. Reflection is a really neat addition to Canvas. The kind of addition that I don't think I'm gonna play the basic Canvas again. I played a couple of times through solo, and then I introduced my wife to Canvas using already Reflections. And even though my wife is a very casual player, of course, she didn't have any problem playing this one. So even the basic Canvas just as a quick game or as an intro game, I don't think you need it. But once you get the extra choices that you have from a larger pool of cards to choose from, even when you don't have any tokens, you at least have two to choose from. That's huge improvement in my book. And again, the fact that you have that extra flexibility of cards that you can use in either way, that's just nice. So you have all the advantage of the basic Canvas, which is, of course, a very simple game that reminds me of Century, which is a game that I love, with the extra aesthetic value, added by you are creating these fun, nice little cards, little works of art that really, to me, have a value, an added value in themselves. We play games that look better than Monopoly or Clue or other games, and we spend more money because of that. But because we are hobby gamers and we like the extra value that comes to our hobby from games that look good. And to me, even more so, it's more fascinating when the games don't just look good out of the box, but when they create something beautiful through gameplay. And to me, this is a perfect exemplification of I play the game because I want certain combinations of icons. I'm probably not gonna create a painting only because I want a certain image, But while I'm playing the games, purely due to gameplay objectives, I still end up creating something that is fun to look at. Here in Reflections, you also have some tokens that at the end you can assign if you want to give them to players because they created the best painting or because they can articulate how awesome their painting is. That's a little extra bonus there. But the gameplay itself, with the extra elements added by Reflections, is even stronger than the original game. This being said, Canvas and Canvas Reflections can be prone to analysis paralysis, which is why I think they make perfect solo games, so you don't have to worry about that at all. And I played it 2 players, and from time to time there was some analysis paralysis right there. And Reflections, of course, doesn't change that. If anything, if you found that you had a problem with analysis paralysis with the base game, then it can be exacerbated by Reflections not mitigated, because you have more cards to choose from and more ways in which you can use them, which is all great. These are all great things. So when it is your turn, may not be so great when other people are doing that. And frankly, actually, analysis paralysis game, one problem that I find that I feel so guilty creating a delay for other players that I start playing suboptimally. So I am bored when other people are playing, and I feel guilty when it's my turn. That's why not a big problem with 2-player games. Again, there were moments like that, but not to the point that they affected my experience in any way. But I don't think I want to play Canvas Reflections with 3 or 4. To me, this is going to be a solo game or a 2-player game, a play with my spouse game. Because, hey, my wife also likes it. I like it too. So Canvas is fun, and to me, fun especially solo or 2 players. And Reflections makes it better. But again, at least for me, mainly at those 2-player counts.